Let's talk about this Spades game.
If you don't mind, I'd like to jump in and tell you why it was unfair. I just want you to know I thought that game was cute.
You know what I think? I think your game was cute when you lost the Spade game. So you wouldn't let me do it.
Fuck no.
Choose your boo. You passed up Miss Sealy to go with Miss Juicy. Do you want to keep, sweep, or pass? So, is there like a particular style of woman that you like, or you just have?
Yeah. So I like a slim goodie. You know, I like the feeling of sex. I like the naked body.
You're below average. So,
gotcha.
alrighty, Calvin, welcome.
Hey, appreciate you for having me, man. It's such an honor to be here. So I just want to, number one, give a big thank you to you and also congratulate you on the work and the things that you're doing.
You're so sweet. I would like to address the elephant in the room.
Let's go ahead.
I think that you and I have some issues that I think you need to address. Let's talk about this Spades game.
Right.
I got a few questions. Would you consider yourself?
Go ahead.
Would you consider yourself a Spades expert?
I certainly do.
Would you consider the last game that we played? Would you consider it fair or unfair?
It was very unfair, and if you don't mind, I'd like to jump in and tell you why it was unfair. I mean, I'm asking for permission, so
you don't need permission.
Okay, so when we were all introduced to the game of spades, it was internet spades, and it was ace high. You know, the ace was the largest trump on the board, and so the game of spades originated with ace high. And for some of those people who possibly needed a little help, you know, they decided to go in there and they wanted to add the ambience of a joker deuce, which, you know, now takes in terms the spades that were originally 13. Now they're 16. So you need more trumps that'll give you more opportunity to be able to cut or do whatever it is that you want to do with your hand. So I totally disagree. But however, it was brought to me that this is the way I like to play. And so I gave that opportunity for said people to get the way they want it.
Well,
and play
first
the
of all,
game.
Mr. Beauford, let's you're missing a very pivotal piece to your raid that you're going on. If I recall, right, your statement was, I can play either way. Joker, deuce, score ace high. Either way, I'll beat you. Doesn't matter whether it's easier, harder. You claim that you would win either way. So, you know, when a person claims that they'll win either way, it doesn't matter. You said you would win. Now, is that facts or is that not facts?
Well, I think said parties, and we know who we're talking about, then came back to the table with another caveat. So now we want to play by points, right? So now we're adding a whole different dynamic to the equation. Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Would you say that you're an expert card player in spades?
Yes, absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I would like to play a small game. Okay. We're going to play spades trivia. And if you are capable of answering, if you're able to get at least 100% on this, I will give you $100 because you are considered the spades expert, to which what you said earlier, that's what you are. So My ass. So this is called Talk Your Shit because that's what they do with Spades. They talk your shit. So let's go on with the first question. Calvin Beauford. What is it called when someone throws an ace as their first deal? You got 15 seconds.
When they throw an ace as their first deal?
Correct.
Now that I have no idea. That must be some made up stuff.
The correct answer is ace cut. Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Yeah,
I'll make this fun for you, and I'll give you an 80% instead of 100 because you obviously country. What is it called when someone plays off suit but doesn't cut?
They throw it off.
Is that your final answer, sir?
Yeah, that's what it is. They throw off.
And the final answer is throw off. You are absolutely correct. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Next question. What is it called when someone bids zero?
It's a nil.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
The correct answer is blind. Nil bid. We'll give you that. Next question.
Okay.
What is it called when a team wins all 13 books in a hand?
In the black community, we call that a Boston Tea Party.
Okay, but is that your final answer?
It is.
And the correct answer is a Boston. So I will give you that. Okay. All right. Next question. Name 2 ways to call a 10.
You can call it a dime on the first hand, or you can call it, shit. You can call it game. Really?
That's not game. It's only game if it's a 10 on the first hand. Whatever. Anyhow, the correct answer is put the wheels on it at 10 for 200. That's the proper terminology.
I'm not sure anyone in America, to be honest with you, calls any of that.
Well, excuse me, sir. You were talking about the origins of ace high. So we are now talking about the origins of ace high. And these are the origins of ace high to which you play your game. You need to understand the proper terminology. And now that we have got that, can we get his final score?
I just want you to know I thought that game was cute.
You know what I think? I think your game was cute when you lost the spade game. Horrible.
Let's put the score
Your
up there.
overall score is a 3 out of 5. So that puts you at a 60%. So you would agree that you're not like an expert at spades.
I would disagree with that.
Okay. Why would you disagree when the numbers don't lie? Can't even get a seat.
Right, but those questions that you asked are not typical questions in the community of which I play spades that we.
So then you would agree that you play basically based on your own rules or geographical location. But if you, your argument here was you play ace high, and anybody who knows the origins of ace high knows how to play ace high. Then you have to know the proper terminologies and the way of the game. Those questions were accurate questions that related to the game. That's how the game is played.
I understand that, and that's what probably what.
And
Google
now you're
said.
Talking about incorporating slang.
Probably what Google said.
That's not what Google said. That's tournament rules. You got to understand the terminology if you go play spades.
Got it.
So I would say an expert is somebody that can make an 85 or higher. I mean, an average person who knows how to play will make like a 70, between a 70 and an 84. That's an average player. You got a 60. You're below average. So
Gotcha.
between you and I, who would be the better Spades player if you had to?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should do another podcast and let me interview you.
You don't have a podcast.
I know, but I can come on yours and ask the questions to you.
You could ask me the questions now.
I'm not prepared for that right now. I mean, you had a chance to dig, so let me get a chance to dig.
Dig what?
Questions.
About what?
What do you mean? About said topics?
What said topics?
Oh, God. Are we really going down this rabbit hole?
No.
Oh, okay. So, one of these shows, I would love to ask you some Spades 101 questions.
So, could you tell for the audience, out of the last game that we played, we can agree that I beat you.
But that, in theory, you were not the last game I played. So I've played another game since then, and since then I won that game. But if we want to put it in context, the last time you and I played, you did win. I did say that, but what I also said was I did give you a lot of handicaps that aided in your overall.
What does that mean?
But we're not even going to talk about that. We can talk about that offline.
What does that mean?
We can talk about that offline.
So I have a question. Could you?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what the score was?
I don't, but I'm sure you have a copy of it. You probably took a picture.
I have the numbers.
Right. Why don't you post them?
I
think you should.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, okay. All right.
The score was negative 30 to 307. I would agree that Spades is a very calculated game and only calculated people can play. You want to hear some facts?
Give me some
facts. Facts of the matter is Ace High, which is the version that you play, is considered a much more amateurish way of playing. Joker Joker Deuce Deuce adds more trumps, making it more difficult for opponents to make tricks. With the limitation of only 13, you now, like what you said earlier, at 16, which increases the chances of tricks that you have to play, which also means that you have to be a little bit more strategic about how you play the game. Joker Joker Deuce Deuce also allows the playing field to be more even, where everyone has a chance to get a high card, whereas Ace High, that's not the case. So it really showcases your skills. And then on top of that, you wouldn't even want to bet. What kind of person plays Spades without bet?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah.
Because if you're asking me that, I'm still gonna disagree with that. So
you gonna disagree with what?
What you just read, your statements, your Ace High versus Joker Joker Deuce Deuce.
Why would we listen to you though? Why would your opinion matter in that manner? Because you got.
What do you mean?
Why would we listen?
Somebody. Well, here's my thing. Somebody's got to believe in you. So I believe in. I'm standing on what I said.
So you believe Joker Joker Deuce Deuce is a lot easier than Ace High?
I do.
It's not much to it. Would you say that bidding is harder than playing your current suit?
No, bidding just takes longer. Playing by points is quicker. Get a lot more games in.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I don't know. Well, statistics don't lie. Facts don't lie. And, everybody can have their opinion about what they feel is easier. And I will be willing to play you again. I just haven't lost a game in like 10 years.
Well, you know what? I think what would be really interesting if we did it and we went live on the podcast.
I think that would be very much fair. And we'll do the Ace High. And then your biggest argument was you can't bid below 4. Like,
where
did you get that from? Where did you get, like, I understand the streets and like there's a street way of playing things, but that is nowhere near accurate. Even if you download a Spades game, for an example, and you are playing with real people online, you are able to bid below 4. You can bid a lot if you want to, even on this game of spades. So to say that that's not, this is that your rules is niggery.
Right, but then on the other hand, you'll question my rules and what I say, but the rules on the game of on the official spades game is ace high. It is not joker joker.
It's ace. Yeah, and I agree with that. It's ace
So
high.
what I'm saying is it's a double standard here. Like when we're talking, you and I are talking for the context. We're talking culturally in our environment, what the majority of us play and how we play. We're not.
Who's the majority? And how you can't back that up with fact. You can't say the majority of people play ace high unless you got statistical fact to back that up. You can't say.
So could we put a poll up? Could we put a poll up for people to vote whether they play spades, ace high, or joker joker deuce deuce?
You could actually just Google.
No, no. I want a live poll. Matter of fact, I'll do it. I'll post a poll on my page, and we'll do it for what 2 days. Give it 48 hours, and see what the overall response is, and we just post that in real time.
Why would we do it on your page? We
could do it on your page. We could do it on my page. Like you can do yours, I could do mine, and we just put the results there.
How many friends do you have on social media?
3,700.
So I'm gonna automatically beat you because I have that. I'm way more from that.
Okay, that's fine. But we want statistics. We want live data. So that's fine. Let's post it on your page.
I'll pass on that. I just
okay. Then that's what I thought.
I just don't embarrass you. Is that? Yeah. Would you consider me your friend?
Absolutely.
So you're a sex advocate or sexaholic person. Like you love the ideal of sex, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
Is that with like just women or both women to men?
Oh, that's strictly with women.
So men are out of the question.
Men are out of the question.
So you're not a
sexaholic. Yeah. Not only in one dynamic. I'm not open like into whatever. I think there's a word for that. I don't remember what that word is, but no, I'm not into that.
So what makes you a sexaholic? What makes you like the person that's always kind of sex?
I like the feeling of sex. I like the naked body on a woman. I like the interaction between the man and the woman. I like the playfulness. So all of that is just intriguing. One of the all-time things that I love to do is I love to go to strip clubs, and it's just the whole ambience of being in the environment, music, drinks, food, and the icing on the cake is to see some naked ass and titties walking around, shaking. So yeah, I love everything about it.
So is there like a particular style of woman that you like, or will you just have?
Yeah, so I like a slim goodie. Everybody that knows me personally knows I like them 130 pounds or below. So yeah, I like them thin. It's something about a woman slim physique. It just do something to me.
What about like thicker women, like with hips? And
I like the look, but that's just not my preference.
Why are you so into little girls?
Maybe can we rephrase that to little women and not little girls? But I don't know. It's just I love I love the convenience. The convenience of being able to pick that little frame up. especially when you're having sex. You know, you got easier access to said parts. So it just yeah, it's just something I love.
So you like smaller women because they're easier to pick up for you?
Say that again.
You like smaller women because they're easier to pick up?
Yeah, they're easier to maneuver.
You said 130 and below. What about
Yeah.
131? Will you take that?
Oh yeah, I do want. I mean, I'll go up to 140, but my thing is 130 and below, because you can get a 140 that is fine as hell.
Would you take a 141?
I think the highest I would go is probably 145.
What about 146?
Nah.
So
What if
you would
it's
take somebody like
135?
130 to like 60 pounds?
No, not 60 pounds. No, I mean, I think anything like 110 to 130, maybe 105 to 130. Like, yeah,
That's slightly like, okay, what's the height? Like, what's a height?
oh, 5'5" and up. I mean, I don't have a threshold for the height, but
So what if she's 6'1", 105 pounds?
that's mighty tall. Number one. Number two, probably would, absolutely.
She would be considered anorexic.
Yeah.
You like that?
She's slim, so it's not about liking anorexia, it's about she's slim.
But she would be considered anorexic.
Okay.
Do you know how to spell anorexic?
I don't.
Can you spell it backwards?
I can't.
Do you know what it means?
I might.
Did you help us?
I don't know.
Okay. I want to play a game with you.
Okay.
Listen,
I'm down for the games.
It's called Choose Your Boo, because I know that you're a type of person that's interested in all kinds of women, and your height and weight doesn't really mean anything. So I like that you are big on that. So the objective of the game is you're going to pick, there are going to be two doors. You're going to pick either one, door number one or door number two. And whoever the door is, that'll be considered your boo. You have either keep or sweep. You can either keep that boo or sweep on to the next one. These are the type of women, whoever you end up with, that's who you would primarily have sex with, is your type. If you don't work with what you currently have, you can either sweep her or pass her. You only get 2 sweeps, you get 1 pass. 2 sweeps, 1 pass. And the ending of the game is whoever you end up with, that's who you end up with, whether you're like it or not. And that'll be, and it will create a scenario for you on dating this world. Okay?
10
questions. All right. So we'll start with the 2 doors. You make a decision behind door number 1 or door number 2. Who do you?
Let me go with door number 2.
Okay. Behind door number 2 is Juicy. You passed up Miss Ceiling to go with Miss Juicy. Do you want to keep, sweep, or pass? You have 2 sweeps, 1 pass.
I'm a sweep.
Okay. Go on to the next one. Now your next one. Oh my God. It's Sheneneh. Are you a keeper or sweeper? You only have 1 sweep and 1 pass. Are you keeping Sheneneh or sweeping Sheneneh? If you pass, that means that we move past whoever the person is. Doesn't matter if she's fine or not. You don't get to pick. That's a pass. If you sweep, you get to decide to keep her in the next round or not. You have one sweep, one pass.
I'm gonna keep.
You gonna keep Sheneneh?
Yeah.
All right. What we'll do is, so then what that means is we'll show you the women that you had lined up that you did miss out on. So firstly, you missed Alicia from Friday. The next woman is too sweet. Ah man, handshakes. But there's not that. All right. So with that being said, you would agree that men are not completely out of the question.
Say what?
So you kept Sheneneh. So we know Sheneneh's
Well, because
half man, half woman.
I think that's my fault because I thought the game. I'm thinking I was gonna get an opportunity to pick again.
Yeah, that was a sweep. Keep her sweep. You kept her. So you keep her or sweep her.
Oh, well, I f***ed it up then.
Yeah, you kind of did. So
Yeah.
you would agree that you're not that far from keeping the man.
I totally disagree with that
Sheneneh's half man, half woman. Why would you keep Sheneneh?
because I thought it was some more foolishness behind the wall, so I was trying to be strategic.
Similar to how you play spades then, huh?
I mean, if that's how you want to correlate the two, that's cool with me.
So was it very strategic to keep Sheneneh?
Hell no.
So anyways, the objective of the game was once you have selected your key, you have to create a scenario. So now you're quote unquote married to Sheneneh, right? With you being married to Sheneneh, would you cheat on Sheneneh, or if Sheneneh cheated on you, would you walk into the room and you saw Sheneneh sleeping up with another man? What would you do? As she's your wife.
Leave.
You will leave her?
Leave.
Why?
I don't condone cheating.
So you would leave Sheneneh. You got been married 10 years. You gonna leave her?
Over cheating, yeah.
Have you ever been cheated on before?
I have.
Did you leave?
I have.
Have you ever cheated on a woman before?
I have.
Hardly cheated, Bill. We cheated.
What do you mean? I didn't claim to be perfect. I didn't claim that me not liking it versus liking it was right or wrong. It's a hurtful thing. And then when it's done on the other foot, you never think that you be in a situation where you do something like that. And sometimes the greater good sometimes, I guess, or the greater bad gets the best of you. So I had a moment. I fucked up. Not looking to go down that road again.
Would you consider the woman you cheated on with was like your soulmate?
I don't necessarily think it was a soulmate, no.
Does body counts matter to you? As a person who loves sex, does a woman's body count matter to you?
Not necessarily. I'm sure that there's been body counts on some of the people that I have been with.
Highway miles.
Huh?
Highway miles.
Yeah.
So body count doesn't matter to you at all?
Yeah.
So if she slept with 100 men, that wouldn't mean nothing to you?
I mean, I think I would, depending on how I felt about her, I think I would probably go along with it. In the back of my mind, it's just something you think about.
So do you think that a woman who sleeps with 100 men will be the same as a woman who never slept with a man with him? Do you think their characteristics will be the same?
No, I think they're different in so many different ways. You have one that you could say is experienced. You have one that may be able to say they're not as experienced. I think you can also go at it and look at it from a standpoint is if you're looking at it from a standpoint of safety, you're looking at the one with the high miles might have a little bit more of an increase, way of possibly having something versus a person that doesn't. So I don't think it's right or wrong. I think it's whatever you feel about that person, that situation at that moment, that determines whether or not you seek to go further or not go further.
So, what's your preference? Would you prefer a woman with highway miles or a woman with no miles?
To be honest with you, I think I'm versatile in that area. I don't have a,
That
it
wasn't
has
the
to be
question.
this.
That
It
wasn't the
has to
question.
be that. Like
That wasn't the
I'm,
question.
I know it
That
wasn't. I know it, but that's my answer. Like I don't have
But if you had to give one, you have to choose one.
I would probably, knowing me, I would probably first probably go with the one that has not been with the most.
Why is that?
Gives the opportunity to explore, and for her to explore and me to explore, and get a chance to learn each other.
Versus the one where you got highway miles, she's kind of explored different.
Yeah. Ain't much exploring there. There ain't much exploring there, but there still is some.
There's a level of experience, but then there's still that level of is there such thing as a woman being to experience that sex, and how do you get those situations?
I would say there may be a few instances where
Because if she's got 100 bodies, she's pretty experienced.
Yeah, but I think it depends because sometimes the higher the act or the body count is, the more you're in tune with what it is that you like, that helps satisfy yourself. You've practiced some things. Oh, it's just like playing a sport. You've done a repeated act over and over again, and so you have no choice but to get better each and every time. So I don't necessarily think either way is the best or not. I just think it just really kind of depends on the vibe, the attraction that the two are having. Kind of let it move it in that direction.
You think you should be a porn star?
I wish I was a porn star, but I didn't become a porn star because my dick wasn't big enough. So I wouldn't, and plus another reason I missed out on is because I don't like the fact, I don't think body wise, to be honest with you, I don't think my body would fit the role of being on camera. So while mentally and in my head, I would have loved to have done it. I don't think physically, I don't think I would have fit the role.
What's wrong with your body?
I'm a thicker guy. And
there's a lot of thick guys in porn.
I know it is, but it's a self confidence thing.
So you're self-conscious of your weight.
I am. Yeah.
Is there anything else you're self-conscious of?
Yeah, my skin color. Yeah.
You don't like being black?
No, I like it, but the hearing of it all the time, you just get tired of hearing it.
Like what color would you prefer to be?
I don't prefer to be any color. I just would prefer people to just respect that everybody's different and everybody is,
I feel like, so you would let me lead our relationship right now?
No, we're not in a relationship.
So you said they were friends.
I don't know where you get that and put those two together, but
you said that we're friends, Calvin. Is that not a full relationship?
Yeah, but not in a leading, like what you referenced is like leading a relationship in a dominant way. There's a friendship. You're not leading this friendship in a dominant way. Like that's just not happening.
So you wouldn't let me down?
No,